Before you decide to create your first digital product, before you decide that you want to buy some PLR digital products, buy a bundle, shoot, if you're even thinking about purchasing that master resale rights course, I want you to ask yourself these three questions, and we're going to go over them in today's video to make sure you get these things right first. And then you can go buy whatever you want to buy, or you can create whatever you want to create. Okay. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sharlrita Deloatch. And on this channel, I'm going to talk about, or I always talk about, how to create multiple streams of income through digital publishing. I would love for you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also hit that notification bell so when I upload a new video that you will be the first to know. All right. So if you're not a part of my newsletter, you should be. Elevate your digital publishing business daily. This is where I share 3 quick and valuable resources Monday through Friday at 9:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to get an email from me like clockwork. Okay. Come over and join other creators, got writers and publishers and authors on this newsletter, helping them to elevate every day with these 3 quick and valuable resources. It's free. Okay. It's free. And you get a ton of other things as well. Okay. So come and join. I put the link in the description. Okay. So let's get into these questions, honey. All right. The first question number 1. What problem does my digital product solve? Okay, so you're not just creating that journal just to create it. You're not just creating a planner just to create it. What does the problem solve, or what problem does the digital product solve? Okay, clearly, you got to clearly define the problem or need your product will address. Okay, this is going to help you a ton because it's going to help you to tailor your product to a specific audience to ensure that it's relevant in the marketplace. Okay, so if you already have a business like myself, it's quite kind of easy for us that already have businesses, especially if we're clear on our audience. Okay, so because sometimes people can have businesses and not be clear on their audience. I've been there and done that, but you want to get clear. So if you already have a business, you're clear, then more than likely you're creating a digital product for your ideal customer that you already are servicing anyway. Okay. But if you're a newbie, you're new to the online space, you're new to digital products, you are, spreading out your business, you're like, okay, I want to start this business. I heard about the digital products. You probably even heard about the master resale rights course, whatever. I'm not making this video about that. But just to give an example, you may have heard that. But even if you decide to go that route, you still got to ask, what problem does my digital product solve? Okay. So ask yourself that question. Question number 2. Who is my target audience? Okay. Who is my target audience? And I should have broke this down. Let me break it down in my words, and I should have broke it down on the screen as well on the slide. But there's a difference between having a target person. Okay, you got a target person. That means your messaging, everything is going to target this person. However, there are characteristics of that person that other people may see. Okay, or they may see themselves in. So I know some people ask, well, I feel like I'm excluding people. You're really not. You really want to repel people that you don't want to work with. Okay, that is not good for your your digital product. You really want to speak to one person, like having a target person, knowing that person. And sometimes, I said in a previous video, sometimes your target person could be you, not where you are now, but where you were before. Okay, before you solved your problem. Okay, before maybe you were going through a specific problem, and then you solved your problem. So you took yourself through a process. You went through a process like unknowingly We unknowingly go through processes that we know should help somebody else. That's why it's great for you to, go backwards and try to find out, what is it that I did to help me to, solve my problem. Let me look at the steps and come up with my own method and come up with my own, methodology and those type of things, right? So it's good to have a target person. Your target audience is going to be a group of people that sometimes those group of people are really identifying themselves because they see themselves in your target person. Let me give you an example because I got to give you an example. Okay. So my target person, of course, is who I used to be. So building this publishing company, decided to quit the publishing company because I really wanted to make more passive income in my business, right? So that's the goal. That's why I go from a hybrid publisher to a digital publisher. So I'm like, okay, how can I still take my love for publishing and still make money and make it more of passive and diving into what I love to do as far as teaching and those type of things. Hence is why I started my YouTube channel or revived my YouTube channel. So that was for me. That's who I was. I was burnt out. So a lot of my content, when I talk about, especially on YouTube, I'm really talking to my target person, but I do understand that there are individuals that may not have every qualification of my target person, but they identify themselves because that's the point. People are going to self-identify and say, okay, you know what? She talking to me. Let me go over here where she at. Okay. So that's why it's important to know who you're specifically talking to and other people will identify themselves. Okay. I have had that I remember a while back, there was a young lady, I was in the coaching program, and there was a young lady, I think she was just starting, like in coaching or whatever. And she was helping women with better sleep, I think it was. I don't know if it was women in general with better sleep, but she had a age requirement. I think she was wanting to get some beta testers and things. So I had volunteered, but I was disqualified because I think it was by age. No, I think it was single women she wanted to work with. I'm married, so she didn't want to work with a married person. It's for a single person. So you see that? See how at first I wanted to do it because I was like, okay, I got this problem. I had this problem not being able to sleep. So I figured she could help me. Okay. But she disqualified me and say, no, I'm looking for the single woman, not the married woman. Okay. So that's what you have to think of too. That's why it's important for you to understand you can't talk to everybody. Okay. And she was right to not take me on as a client because I'm not her target person. Okay. But people can self-identify. I self-identified myself. When she said, all I saw the post and she said something about not being able to sleep, I said, I'm having that problem. Let me go over there to see what she has. And she disqualified me because I was married. Okay. And now, you're thinking, well, why she just didn't take you? Because that I'm not her target person. And that's the same way with your digital products. People are going to look at your journal and say, you know what, I want that journal. Now, having a journal and doing a service is two different things. But however, the person that's purchasing got to know that, hey, this is for this particular person because of the language that I'm using. So if I create a workbook for writers, and if a publisher or if a creator say, oh, okay, I want that, they have to understand that I made that specifically for a writer. So if you get it and then you saying you don't like it wasn't for you. Okay. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean about, having a target audience, having a target person with your messaging is how you're going to you're going to attract your people and you're going to repel people that don't need. Because so many people, I'm gonna tell you, this is why I know this is just a human nature. I had a hybrid publishing company. I still do. I still have my hybrid publishing company where I work with Pacific people. But when I was out there really advertising my hybrid publishing company, BWE Publishing and Consultant, people self-identified themselves to me as a publisher. They was like, okay, Sharlrita know how to help you with your book. It did not matter what type of book people had. They just automatically assumed that I can help them. So it was up to me to say, okay, no, I don't publish those type of books. And I had to. I had a lot of people to come to me and say, hey, I know that you're a publisher, you help people with their books. I want to write a children's book. So I had to disqualify them and say, I do not publish children's books. So again, you have to think of that's human nature. People will identify themselves as something because they see that you offer, maybe you offer a particular service, and they're like, I want to go over there. But you as a person have to know, you have to have that messaging that's going to repel people. And for a long time, I was thinking, okay, why are people still coming to me knowing I don't provide publishing services for children's books? And that's where I had to work on my messaging. But not only that, I had to learn that people by human nature, that's what they think you can solve their problem. Okay, they just automatically think until you have certain boundaries or parameters up saying, okay, no, I'm not the person for you. Okay, so I didn't mean to get that deep, but I had to get that deep. Maybe that's for somebody. Okay, so the last question you want to ask is, how will my product stand out from the competition? Because you do know you have competition, right? Okay, you do know you have competition, especially if you're out here, promoting that the master resale rights courses. Everybody else that's promoting it is your competition. So how can you take the master resale rights course, and if you're selling it or whatever, however you're selling it, how can you make yourself stand out from the competition so that you're not looking the same? A lot of people look the same and they're saying the same. That's why that's why you got to do your research in your existing market. You got to identify your competitors, because you do have competitors. All right, and your offerings, determine unique features, benefits that your product will offer that will make it more appealing to your target audience. And I don't mean just adding stuff to it, but this is where you got to think outside the box. You got to get a little bit more creative. Okay. This could be like a unique feature. Maybe you got better pricing. Maybe you have a different approach to solving the same problem. Okay. So you have competition. You have to don't follow your competition and trying to emulate everything that they're doing. Don't even follow your competition. That I don't even subscribe to that. I don't follow my competition. I may follow them, especially on YouTube. Now, some of my people I do, not my people, but some of the people that I know talk about books, and they may talk about digital products, because I have different topics that I talk about on my channel. So I don't just talk about one particular topic. However, I know that there are other people that talk about digital products out there. So yes, I'm looking not to copy, but I'm looking to see, okay, how can I not do a video that's repeating what they are saying? Okay, this is why I wanted to do this video, because I was like, nobody is talking about this. Not everybody, I hate to put everybody in one spot, but most people are talking about, hey, let me give you these 3 digital products. And I saw a video where somebody was giving, digital products that you probably would need to start. However, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't giving the same information she was giving. You know what I mean? So I'm watching them. I genuinely like some of their content, but I also, you look at their comments, especially like bigger creators that have more subscribers than me. I look at their comments to see what people are saying. That helps me too to come up with content. All right. So don't look at your competition as a bad thing. It's great to have competition. You need to have competition because you need people that's going to help you, keep you on your toes. But you also want to look at your competition and say, okay, I see that she is writing that book, right? But how can I come from a different angle? Or how can I make sure that my title stands out? All right. That's why I teach my students when they're writing and publishing short books, is that There are a lot of short books out there. Heck, I'm in a group where we're all creating a book a month. However, we, as research, I look to see where my competition is, and what they're writing about, and what their titles are, what is their their book covers look like. And so there's competition, whether people want to agree with it or not, especially women just believe that everybody is, will say things like, I'm my own competition. You are your own competition in some ways, but when you're in business, you're in competition. Okay. Have y'all seen McDonald's and Wendy's? If you're in a state that has Wendy's, then you know what I mean. Wendy's was known for their 4 for $4. They have four. You buy four things for $4. They give you some type of burger or sandwich. They give you 4-piece nuggets. They give you fries, and they give you a drink. So McDonald's said, "Okay, bet we're gonna do the same thing." So now they have I think is there 4? It might be 4 or 5 for 5 or something like that. Yeah, because you get a burger, like you can get a McDouble, you get a fry, you get the nuggets, and you get a drink. So it's still 4, but it's $5. So they call it a $5 bag. They in competition with Wendy's. So they decided to do something they did is similar. Okay. Yeah, they kind of copied them in a way. However, they got a different spin. So instead of saying 4 for $4, they say $5 bag. And it comes at a perfect time. Why? Because the kids are out for the summer, and sometimes they're like, I want McDonald's. And I could tell them, okay, I'm gonna get you McDonald's, I'm gonna get you a $5 bag. So yeah, you got competition. Check out Wendy's and McDonald's. They in competition, just like McDonald's and Burger King was in competition. So it's what it is. It's just all about researching your market. Okay, so come over and join my newsletter. Look forward to having you a part there of the newsletter. Is absolutely for free. I also have some other resources inside of my description box below, so check those out in different ways that you can work with me, especially with helping you to build your digital publishing business, get this passive income, honey. Okay. All right, guys, until the next video, I'll see y'all soon.